Good morning, students. In this session, we are going to see an interesting topic, economics. Economics and introduction. Have you heard the word economics? Yeah, usually you could hear the word when your parents are talking about budget. Example, how much is needed for rice or other grocery items in this situation, school or medical reference, all the things they are discussing. So, economics, that means is a social science that studies production, distribution, consumption. So, what is economics? That is a social science studies production, how much they are producing, then their distribution. They distribute to all the people or all over the world. Consumption. After that surplus, we are consumption some things for the future plan. So, economics, it's particularly focused production, distribution and consumption. Usually, where do buy vegetables or other grocery items or fruits, we are buying from the shop. Usually we buy from the shops. Okay, shopkeepers, where do they buy? They are buying from other shop like a wholesale market, they are buying. But if we see the shopkeepers, usually the shopkeepers or the wholesale traders, they are buying the things from the farmers. One who grow up the crops, they are getting from the people. So, how do they call? One who grow the crops, they are called cultivators or farmers. Where do they live? Usually in a village, people only, they are producing the crops, grains, vegetables, pulses, rice, all the things they are only producing. Have you visited the Sunday? Have you visited? What is the difference between the Sunday and shop? In a cities, we are buying the things from the shop. We are getting the things, grocery items or any pulses or grains or vegetable item, we are getting from the shop. In a village side, they are using the word Sunday. Instead of shop, they are using Sunday. Why they are calling as Sunday? Because in a shop means in every day, we can get the things from the place. Every day, it opens every day. But if we see the Sunday means once in a week or once in a month, all the peoples, whoever need to get the things or they want to buy the things, once in a week or once in a month, all the things are sold in a particular place. Not in all the places, in a particular place at the specific time only, not the 24 hours, in a particular time to meet the people, the needs of the people. That place only called Sunday. So if we say clearly, in a village, once in a week or once in a month, the things are sold in a particular place at the specific time to meet the needs of the people. That place only called Sunday. Okay, in a Sunday, what are the things they are? What are the main activities we can see? If we see Sunday, the two important things are happen. What are the things? Buying and selling. So if we go to the Sunday, if we want to get some vegetables or pulses, first we go to the Sunday, then we are buying the things. Instead of that, we are giving the amount. So without amount, we can't get any items. Okay, in a current time, we are using the amount instead of the things. Our needs, we are giving the amount to the people, then amount to the shopkeepers or amount to the traders, we are getting the things. If we compare with the ancient period, in the ancient period, did they use any amount, currency, money to get the things? No. They didn't use the amount. So how did they get the things? Then what are the things they used to get the things? It's simple. In a previous classes also we have discussed. Instead of the amount, they are using that barter system. What is barter system? See, exchanging goods for other goods. So if we need any other goods, instead of that they are giving another goods. For example, I have surplus of crabs, I have surplus of rice, you have surplus of clothes or any other vegetables. So instead of amount, I give my rice to you. A pack of rice I have extra, more than rice I have. So a pack of rice I gave to you, instead of I return that vegetables. That exchange method only called barter system. So in an ancient period they are using that barter system, exchanging goods for the other goods. Okay. Why suddenly they invented the money? Why they changed the barter system? Why in a current situation we are not following the barter system? Because of that value of the goods, value of the commodities. Because I have pack of rices, so many rices I have. Okay, you have what is it? That jewelry items, you have enough jewelry items. So instead of that rice, can I exchange the jewelry items? No, because of that value. Because of that value, that's why they invented that tool. The tool only called money. Because some of the things, commodities are very high range, high amount. Some of the commodities are very low. So based on the value only, they invented a tool that's called money. Okay, they invented the money, they are exchanging the goods, then they changed into, and they invent the tool, they use the tool. Then what is savings? So if you are getting the amount, what is it? If you are getting the salary, so much of salary, so I am buying all the things, I used all the luxury items. In a future, it will be help to us? No. Because some of the things, that things value, it's going down in a future. Now land jewels means we can use in a future, but other things, that value is going down. So savings is very important. What is called savings? If we say simply, savings means that amount from the income. So if I get 10,000 or 20,000 or 1 lakh means that amount from income is left for the future needs after the consumption. So after my consumption, I could save some amount for my future needs. That amount called savings. So what is savings? The amount from the income which is left for future needs after consumption. This is called savings. So savings also very important. So as students, you also try to save the amount for your future plans. Okay. In an ancient period, they used the barter system. They only started the cultivation work. How did they produce the things? We know very well, in an ancient people, they are roaming one place to another place for their, what is that? Food. Then shelter. For their basic needs only, they are moving one place to another place. Then they have chosen a place, riverside, water sources. It's very important to, what is it? For the civilization. So that's why they had chosen a riverside. They started the cultivation work. So who started? In ancient people, they only started the cultivation work. So when they settle in a place, in a riverside, that place only called villages. That place called as a villages. So they cultivated more than crops, more than vegetables, more than fruits, more than all the things they cultivated. So after that, what happened? If the agriculture remains to be the root of the economy, even today also. For their cultivation work, from their cultivation work only, the civilization started. So if we compare the country or any state or any cities, it's based on their economic status. So economic status is very important. So already I said, whoever cultivate the things, they are only called the farmers or cultivators. So in an ancient period, whoever cultivate the thing, crops, they called a cultivator or a farmer. So economical status are very important. How they classify the economical activities? Because in the beginning, they are using hunting, farming, fishing only. Then in current situation, we are following the same occupations only, as well as they are using some other extra activities also. So how they classify the economics activities? They separated into 3: primary activities, secondary activities, then tertiary activities. So the economics activities are classified into 3: primary, secondary, tertiary. Then one more thing I didn't mention. If you see Gandhiji, the father of our nation, he also has said villages are the backbone of our country. Villages, because all the things came from the villages only. From the villages only the civilization started. That's why if we see the economical status, that villages only, it's a main backbone of our country. That's why Gandhiji clearly has said villages are the backbone of our country. Yeah, come to the topic. Now I said that economical activities classified into 3. The first one is primary activities. What is primary activities? They are concerned with the production of raw materials. The concern with the production of raw materials for the food stuff and the industrial use. That activities only called primary activities. If we say simply raw materials. From where we are getting the raw materials? Agriculture, cattle rearing, fishing, mining, then collection of fruits, nuts, honey, rubbers, resin or other medicinal herbs, all the things. So from the activities we are getting the raw materials. So primary activities means it's clearly mentioned the raw materials. Then which are the activities are included in a primary activities? Agriculture, cattle rearing, fishing, mining, collection of fruits, nuts, honey, rubber, resin, medicinal herbs. This is only called primary activities. Then, in a beginning, they use the hunting. By the fishing, by the agriculture, they are getting the food. In a village side, till now, we can see the primary activities only. Have you noticed any other industries are running in a village side? Is running? No. But compare with the cities. So Gandhiji said villages are the backbone of the country. So only the villages are useful to mention that country? No. Villages and cities both are equal. If we compare with the city, villages are they are getting their daily needs from their cultivation work, from their farming. They are also getting their needs. At the same time, cities also, it's very important to run the country. So which are the activities are called city center activities? Because the secondary and tertiary activities, it runs in a city, based on the city only. So the two activities are called city center activities. Which are the activities are called city center activities? Secondary and tertiary. The two activities are called, what is it? City center activities. So the same thing only, it's happened in a city also. So more or less city and villages are very important to the people. So in our villages they are using the primary activities. What is secondary activities? They are cultivating the raw materials. They are farming. By their farming, fishing, mining, they are cultivate. They are product the raw materials. So when their raw materials are converted into finished products, that activity called secondary activity. So which one is called secondary activity? The raw materials obtained from the primary activities. The raw materials obtained from the primary activities are converted into finished products through machinery or a large scale. When they are using that machineries to convert the raw materials into what is that? Finished goods. These activities are called secondary activities. So primary means raw material. Secondary means raw material converted into finished goods. So how they classify the industries? The industries are classified on the basis of the availability of raw materials. Industries are classified on the basis of the availability of raw materials. Then capital and the ownership. So raw materials, it's very important. Then capital, that amount, investment, amount also very important. Third thing in ownership. Okay. So how they classify the industries? See, first one, agro-based. Agro-based, that means, what is that? Based on the agriculture. Based on the agriculture, cotton textiles, sugar mills, then food processing. All the food processing. Agro means based on agriculture. So cotton textiles, sugar mills and the food processing. The second one, forest based industries. If you see that, paper mills, furniture making, then building materials, the wood products, all the things is, what is it? Got from the forest. We are getting from the forest. So forest based industries are paper mills, furniture making and the building materials. The third industry is mineral based industries. Mineral, if you see that mineral, cement, iron, aluminium, copper, all the industries are called minerals based industries. The fourth one is marine based. Marine means we can easily know that's a sea based, water based. So marine based industries means the seafood processing. Seafood processing. So one more time, they can ask for the detailed question that based on the industries. So listen one more time. So secondary activities means the raw material change into finished goods. Based on the industries, they classified into agro-based industries, forest-based industries, mineral-based industries, then last one marine-based industries. So this is called secondary activities. So they produce the raw materials, then they converted into finished goods. Without the with the two activities, the process will be closed or will be stopped, will be finished? No. Because they, in the primary activities, they are producing the raw materials. In the secondary activities, they are convert the finished goods. So the third and important activity is when they, changed into, convert into finished goods, they want to give to the people, they want to distribute to the people. That's very important. So what is the third activity? Tertiary activity, that called as service sector. Why they are calling as service sector? Because the third activity, it's full and full. It tells about services. It tells about the services. How they are, how we can say that the services? Because the well-paved roads, ports, airports and railway station support the trade. Trade is very important in an economical status. In economics, trade very, very important. So, well-paved roads, ports, airports and railway stations support the trade, as well as that many branches of bank, because money transaction also very important. If you want to exchange the things in one country to another country, means they are using the bank transportations. That's also very important. So, money and branches of banks help in the circulation of the money and boost to the country's economy. So these are the services, the transports or other bank services, communications, all the services, it's include in the third activity, tertiary activity. That's why they are calling us service sector. That's why they are calling the service sector. Then how that service sector it's classified? The service sectors classified into 4. First one, transport. If you see the transport, which are the things are include? All the 4 ways. We know the 4 ways: roadways, railways, waterways, airways. So all the 4 ways are included in the transport. The next one is communication. How we can communicate to the people? Now we are using the mobile phone, internet, all the technical things we are using in a current situation. So in a communication, if you see the communication, post, telephone, mobile phones, internet, all the things are involved. Then the third one is trade. Already I said trade is very important in the economics. So trade means the procurement of goods. What is procurement of goods? Means they are selling or buying the goods. So it's involved in the trade. The last one is banking, money transaction and bank services. That's also very important to develop the economics. So these are the activities are included in the third activity, tertiary activity. So what is tertiary activity? That services, which are the services are include to exchange the goods one place to another place or one people to another people. That services only called the tertiary activities. So now what are the things we have discussed? What is economic? What is the difference between the villages and cities? Then which are the activities are involved in the villages? Then which are the activities are involved in the cities? What are the 3 types of activities? All the things we have discussed in this session. So the continuation of the economics you can study in a next classes, next standards. So in this session now it's over. So you just read well the 3 types of activities, then based on the industries, based on the services, all the things you have to read well. So this session is over. Thank you, students.